The Abyssal Wood, a creepy forest that is inhabited with people and creatures that are afflicted with the frenzy flame. A new addition to the world of Elden Ring, the Abyssal Woods strips your ability to traverse the area and forces you to explore them by foot. Normally, I would be excited to explore the woods, but not this time. Clearly, this forest has a lot going on, so let's talk about the Abyssal Wood and the story behind it. Our journey began after we defeated Yori, the Elder Inquisitor. As you try to go into the forest, your steed disappears all of a sudden, and if you're riding it, you're gonna fall down. Torrent is afraid of something, and no matter how much you try to summon him, you're greeted with the message, the spectral steed is frightened and cannot be summoned. Going down further, messages were left on the ground telling us to turn back while we still can. And if we go down even further, the messages gets more concerning. Don't let it see you. Once you are seen, there is no escape. It cannot be touched. Whoever left this message clearly wanted to warn people of a terrifying creature, almost as if the creature cannot be killed. As we made our way, a lone man was seen walking towards us. The man is simply known as the Madding Hand. Defeating him will give the Madding Hand weapon, with the item description telling us a bit more about the man. A glove, stitched together from the flayed skin of the victim of a butcherous bloodbath. Forged of an unyielding black impulse towards revenge fostered in those who were hunted down as heretics by their own brethren. These are the weapons of the utterly downtrodden. This man is apparently a victim of a massive hunt to purge the heretics. As I explore, more concerning message can be seen on the ground. Hide yourself. Make no sound. Be quiet. Combat is not an option. And hide in the undergrowth. It's clear now that whoever left this wanted us to avoid combat as much as possible. And we can see why. A weird creature reminiscing of the Winter Lantern in Bloodborne appeared. Though unlike the Winter Lantern, this creature known as the Aging Untouchable cannot be killed. And once it spotted you, it'll inflict madness debuff. Cool. Looks like they really wanted us to play the stealth game here. Wait a minute. That looks like an orange. No, wait, it's not. It alerts them. Great. It's, wow. Terrific. After doing more stealth and avoiding the Aging Untouchable, I arrive in Midra's Manse, and here is where things starts to get interesting. Inside this dilapidated old manse, a ghostly figure can be seen standing in one spot. The ghostly figure welcomed us, but warned us as well that should we venture deep into the manse, we must not approach the madness, unless you wanted to be afflicted by it. Exploring the manse even further, we discover Midra, a frail old man who warned us of our foolishness. Killing him is easy, but what happened afterward is the one you should look out for, because this frail old man is the Lord of the Frenzy Flame. It seems there's a lot going on here. What happened in the Manse is deeply connected to the Abyssal Woods. To understand this, we need to understand what is the Frenzy Flame. The Frenzy Flame is a chaotic outer god that desired the unleashing of chaos upon the world to destroy all that the Greater Will and its Golden Order had created. Long ago, they were once a whole being with the other outer gods, before being separated entirely. Sometime later, a man known as Shabriri became the first person to be afflicted with the Frenzy Flame sickness. This led him to be known as the most reviled and hated man in history. This crime of slander resulted in Shabriri's eye being gouged out as punishment. Taking advantage of this, the Three Fingers proceed to let the flame of frenzy fester within his empty eye sockets. It's unknown when he died, but that didn't stop him as his spirit continued to live on and would possess people, just like how he possesses Yura. At an unknown point in time in history, Midra, who is a sage, came in contact with the Aging Untouchable. Now, normally, this would result in death, but Midra willingly touched the Aging Untouchable, for a reason we will talk later on. This is considered a sin since spirits are considered holy things and Frenzy Flame can burn them. An item called the Surging Frenzy Flame describes as follow: Spirit Gravestone burned by Frenzy Flame. Spirits are eternal, and yet Frenzy Flame melt them away regardless. This is why it's considered a sin to be worshipping the Frenzy Flame, because they consider the spirit as something of a holy being. This is also the reason why Torrent is afraid of this area, since he is technically a spirit and everything in this forest can kill him. Midra is condemned of heresy for simply collecting heretical books in this library. As evident as you explore through the Manse, you can see a lot of books being burned down. The Hornsand was sent to the area to purge the entire forest and mark the Abyssal Wood as a forbidden region, and Midra was punished by having the Sword of Damnation in him. During his unending torment, Nanaya in desperation resorted to the Flame of Frenzy via the torch which she held on to as a relic. This is how he came in contact with the Frenzy Flame willingly. However, he failed to become the Lord of the Frenzy because he is too weak to become one. Because remember that in order to become the true Lord of the Frenzy Flame, you have to be determined and heart-bitten. Midra fell because he couldn't endure the torment. His Flame of Frenzy spell description said this: "The Lord of the Frenzy Flame shall take their torment, despair, their affliction, every sin, every curse, all melted away. Yet Midra, like others before him, was too weak to become a lord." He's too weak to become a lord because he couldn't endure all that torment, despair, affliction, sin, and curses. In the end, however, Midra had enough of his torment and tear off the spike together with his head off, and finally become the true lord of the frenzies. Elden Ring's lore is really fascinating. I would love to talk more about this, but we'll see how this goes for now. I want to give a huge thanks to the Elden Ring lore subreddit. Without it, I don't think I can piece together most of this lore as I'm missing some information of it. All the links and help I use will be in the description below. Massive thanks to these people for making things easier. Anyway, my name is Red and I will see you in the next video.